Hello, I am Paul. I am a certified network associate for Cisco in routing and switching, and I also hold a certificate in CompTIA Net Plus, and I'm just about ready to take my Security Plus certificate. I've been doing computer work for over 15 years, and as a professional network engineer for 6 years. First, I'm not associated with or related to any group or organization within Arizona or Maricopa County. I've been following the news and listening in on the public court hearings for the last month and a half. I want to talk about one narrow subject about the forensic audit concerning the voting machines. As far as I can tell from the news in the court hearings, the Board of Supervisors claimed they did a forensic audit, and the House of Arizona says they have not. So which one is right? First, let me explain. Every computer and laptop and tablet and phone and TV and the rest, when you power them on, they go through a self-test called a post. This post then checks all the hardware, checks the motherboard, the memory, and everything attached to it, and makes sure that the hardware is functioning. Then the BIOS is tested as well to make sure that the software, which is called the BIOS, that makes the hardware function, is working properly. As long as those two things are functioning and working right, it will then go on to the next step. It will load the operating system. In most PCs, that's Windows 10. In a Google phone, that would be Android. Another test that was conducted by the auditors under the Board of Supervisors was once the computer was booted up fully, is to check and see that the computer programs that run on the computer are working properly. So all of these programs run on top of the hardware, the BIOS, and the operating system. So they open these programs up and they check them and they work. They claim that this is a forensic audit. However, that's not a forensic audit. This is basically a systems check, a software integrity check. This is all that the auditing company did, and they checked it off. They say it works. You as a user basically do the same kind of thing. You turn your computer on, your cell phone on, your laptop, and it boots up. It gets to the operating system. You open up Google Chrome, and it's working. So you have done the same audit that they did in Maricopa County under the Board of Supervisors. Forensic audit would take a much deeper dive into the system. It checks to see if there are any system errors, any system warnings, looks at all the event logs and all the associated date timestamps that go with them. They want to see all the software that was installed, whether it's authorized software or not, whether the software was running during, before, or after the election, should have been installed on there. The last time the system was updated, whether or not anyone logged in, either directly or indirectly by remote. If USB was plugged in, when was it plugged in? What was on the USB drive? And what did they use that USB drive to do? They check more and more and more information. This can only be done under a forensic audit. A forensic audit validates and checks everything to make sure it's right. What the House of Arizona wants to do is they want to compare what's inside the machine with what's outside the machine. For example, they want to check and compare the actual ballots with the imaged ballots. Now, the House of Arizona did receive the digital form, but there's nothing to compare it to, so you can't do a forensic audit. As another example, they also want to check the images of the envelopes, the mail-in envelopes, as well as the digital envelopes. Without both being presented, they can't audit them. As far as I can tell, this full forensic audit has not been done. They've been in court almost every day for the last month and a half, and they've been fighting this all along. Also, if they're able to pull off this forensic audit, this will be the first forensic audit of any voting machine or tabulation machine or system comparing real ballots with the images, real envelopes with their images anywhere in the United States. No one has done this. A real certified company that can do these audits should not have any ties to any elected official or any company that makes the voting machines. They have to be completely unbiased. So the forensic audit that the Board of Supervisors claims they have made, they have not. The forensic audit that the House of Arizona wants to make uh, is what they're asking to do, hasn't been done anywhere in the United States. So the main point that I'm trying to make here is turning on the machine, getting it booted up, and then opening and operating the software on the machine is not a forensic audit. It's not comparing anything that the machine has done and when it did it, how it did it, who authorized to have it done, and so on. So Maricopa County is being audited because this is their largest county in the state, and the state wants to take on the largest county and validate what was going on in a forensic audit, checking everything. Today is Thursday, February the 26th of 2021, and the court says that yes, the House of Arizona has the right to subpoena any and all records, and what they have subpoenaed, you, the Board of Supervisors of Maricopa County, have to give up all of this material. They say this will take about 15 days. They're planning on bringing in machines that can do the audits very quickly. They have a team of expert people who are unbiased, who will come in and check the machines themselves. They will compare all ballots, 2.1 million of them, plus the envelopes against the images for validation. They were going to check and see if they were online or not and who messed with the machines at any time. All this stuff is required by law to be on and saved and protected for 2 years. If this happens, this will be the first one in the nation. And as a network engineer and computer technician, I'm eager to find out what the results are. It'll take about 15 days. We'll see what happens once they get the material. My name is Paul. I'm a network and computer engineer. Have a great weekend.